we continue Bojjhangha Sutta. First, we need to recite Bojjhangha Sutta Pali. Samsari samsarantanam Savadokha vinasane Saddhadhameja bojjhanghe Marasena pamadane Bojjhedva yeji me saddham Divawa mokta gauttamam Ajati majara vyade Amadan nibbeyang gatam Evamadi gunu bedam Nega guna singham Ozatinja imamandam Bojjhangha banamahe Bojjhangha sati singhatam Dhammana vijaya datam Viriyam piti pasati Bojjhangha jatata pare Samadhi vika bojjhangha Sadete savadasinam Munina samadekhatam Pavita bahuligatam Savedandi avinyayam Nivanaya cha bodhiyam Edena sijya vijenam Sudite hodu sabedam Ega same same natam Maukalana jagasabam Kilane dogi de deswam Bojjhangha satta desayi Tejada vinandetvam Roga mochendu dinkhane Hidena sija vijenam Sutite hodu sabedam Egada dhammarajabi Kelinyena bibilitam Chona terena tanyevam Vanabhidvana sadaram Samodesana vadam Dhamma vota sitana sam Edena sija vijenam Sudhite hodu sabedam Kaina deja vadam Dinanam bimahesinam Mega dagile sawam Padanova dhammadam Edena sija vijenam Sudhite hodu sabedam. English translation. Having known by way of experience the 7 kinds of Dhamma called factors of enlightenment, which destroy all suffering of beings who wander through this samsara, rounds of rebirths, and which defeat the army of Mara, the evil one, these excellent persons were liberated from 3 kinds of existence. They have reached Nibbana, where there is no rebirth, aging, disease, death, and danger. All good people, let us recite this Bojjhangha Sutta, which is endowed with the aforementioned attributes, which give not a few benefits, and which is like a medicine, a mantra. These 7 factors are enlightenment, mindfulness, investigations of Dhamma, effort or energy, cess, tranquility, concentration and equanimity, which are well expounded by the all-seeing sage, promote, when practiced repeatedly, penetration of the truth, cessation of suffering, and knowledge of the path. By this utterance of truth, may there always be happiness for you. Once when the Lord saw Moggallana and Kassapa being unwell and suffering, he preached the 7 factors of enlightenment. They, having rejoiced at the discourse, immediately were free from the disease. By this utterance of truth, may there always be happiness to you. Once when the kings of the Dhamma, oppressed by disease, heard the Venerable Chunda recite the discourse restlessly, having rejoiced at the discourse, was immediately cured of the disease. By this utterance of truth, may there always be happiness to you. So of the 3 great sages that were eradicated, reached a stage of never occurring again, like the mental defilements eradicated by the path. By this utterance of truth, may there always be happiness to you. Sati Sambojjhangha, Dhamma Vijaya, Viriya, and Piti. Piti Sambojjhangha. To develop Piti Sambojjhangha, the commentary mentioned 11 things. The first one is Bodhanussati, recollection the qualities of the Buddha. Dhammanussati, recollecting the qualities of the Dhamma. Sanghanussati, recollecting the qualities of Sangha. Silanussati, recollecting the qualities of one's morality. And Jaganussati, recollecting the one's generosity. So Dhammanussati, 6 qualities of the Dhamma, Swakato, Bhagavata, Dhammo, Sanditthiko, etc. The Dhamma of the Blessed One is well expounded. Dhamma is to be realized by oneself. Dhamma gives immediate results. Dhamma is worthy of invitation, come and see. Dhamma is fit to be brought to oneself. Dhamma is worthy of taking along with ourselves. We would feel inspired and happy to practice such amazing Dhamma. In this way, Dhamma contributes to the Piti Sambojjhangha, joy, enlightenment factors. In the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, Buddha mentioned regarding piti. Yataja nupanasa piti sambojjhangasa upadohodi tinja bhajanati. For a certain condition, the arisen joy enlightenment factors newly arises. He becomes aware of that also. In the vipassana jnana, which stage piti sambojjhanga arise, piti sambojjhanga starts to arise in a vipassana yogis when he reached the Udiyabhya jnana, the knowledge of rise and fall. At the knowledge of Udiyabhya jnana, yogi sees nama rupa arising and vanishing, segment by segment, moment by moment. Udiyabhya, Udiya arising, Vaya vanishing. If we do not practice meditation, if we do not observe Namarupa, our physical bodies seems to be solid. Namarupa seems to be compact. Namarupa seem to be the same at all time. And ordinary people, intellectual knowledge cannot help them much to realize that Namarupa, psychophysical phenomena in their bodies are arising and vanishing at every moment. He may understand this fact superficially from his scriptural perspective, but not comprehensively from his empirical perspective. For instance, when he moves his body, certain kinds of physical phenomena newly arise. So the physical phenomena that arise when he moves are different from those that arose before he moved. Now yogi practice diligently to observe these namarupa continuously. A yogi recognize one rupa do not reach cold rupa. Cold rupa do not reach warm rupa. They arise and disappear at that moment, at that place. So the physical phenomena that arise when he moves are different from those that arose before he moved. Ordinary people cannot realize this process. Now yogi very closely watch the namarupa. Ordinary people elusively think their bodies or limbs have been the same at all time. To them, it is the same body that moves. It is the same body that stands still. So it is very difficult to realize that Namarupa are arising and vanishing moment by moment, segment by segment in their bodies. Very difficult. Body is solid, it is compact, it is the same. For the ordinary people, see their body. And then nama phenomena, mental phenomena are even more difficult to realize because nama, mental phenomena are not tangible. So to ordinary people, their minds, their mental phenomena seem to be everlasting. They think that it is the same mind that has been thinking, it is the same mind that has been knowing from the day they were born till now. Now Yogi watch many mental state, mental unit, moment by moment. Thinking mind is one, seeing mind is another one, another seeing mind. Sometimes Yogi capture happy mind, joyful mind. Sometimes Yogi thinks something and depressed. Sometimes Yogi discouraged. When the object change, the consciousness change. So that is why it is not very easy for ordinary people to realize that Namarupa, psychophysical phenomena are arising and vanishing incessantly. However, Yogi can realize this fact empirically when you develop mindfulness as taught by the Buddha, and you are observing every phenomena that are occurring at your six and doors. So this Dhamma, very profound, but now you start to see the Dhamma. And Buddha described the Dhamma he had attained after his enlightenment. Adhikato ko myayan Dhammo, Gambiro Dudaso, Attaka Vajaro, Pandita Vedaniyo. Buddha said, Dhamma I have attained is so profound, it is hard to see, it is beyond the domain of logic and only accessible to the wise people. Only the people, only the yogis who have developed progressive stages of vipassana insight knowledge up to Megaphala enlightenment can obtain the access to this Dhamma process. As taught by the Buddha, if yogi observe the presently arising phenomena that are manifested to you at your six senses. Yogi realize them in terms of their characteristics. Arising, the abdomen is moving, so yogi focus on the abdomen. When the abdomen rises, yogi note it as rising. When it falls, yogi note it as falling. A yogi note rising concurrently all the way from the beginning to the end. In the beginning, all you become aware of would be the form or shape of the abdomen, because concentration and mindfulness not very strong yet. However, when your concentration getting strengthened, yogi will clearly see such physical phenomena as tension, tightness, and motion arising segment by segment. So this state is Uddiyabhya Jnana, the insight into arising and vanishing. Through this jnana, yogi can see Namarupa arising and vanishing every time. Yogi note the present object. So we have to explain step by step how yogi would see phenomena arising and vanishing. But when you practice, yogi can find them arising and vanishing very fast. In the beginning, the Namarupa are continuously appearing and disappearing. We don't know, because sati and samadhi not very strong yet. But when we diligently practice and sati and samadhi getting strengthened, mindfulness also very fast enough to be aware of Namarupa, all in a quick manner. It is impossible for the beginner yogi to be mindful in such a quick manner. But when yogi continue practice and yogi reach the stage of Uddiyabhya Jnana, yogi's awareness is very sharp and fast enough to be mindful of every manifested object, one after another, continuously. At such an amazing stage, piti, joy enlightenment factors, will surely arise in yogi. And yogis spontaneously aware of the reason why the enlightenment factors arises. And the main condition for piti to arise is yoniso manasikara, rational mindset or wise reflection. That means you set your mind in such a way to be mindful And then Vipassana Yoniso Manasikara, you really pay attention to the presently arising object. So Vipassana Yoniso Manasikara is very reliable to develop the Piti Sambojjhanga. So 6 qualities of the Dhamma, we will finish, and we have to recite the qualities of Dhamma. Open your retreat manual, page 11. Can you follow me? Dhamma qualities of the Dhamma. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandetiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opaneyiko Pachatam Veditabo when you hear. Translation: well expounded is the teaching of the Buddha. Self-evident can be experienced by oneself. Immediately beneficial here and now without delay. Worthy of invite one to come and see through empirical knowledge. Worthy to keep and carry with oneself. Worthy for wise people to experience individually. So you remember the qualities of Dhamma, and when you practice Dhamma, when you recollect the Dhamma, when you practice Dhamma, piti will arise. So there are 11 conditions mentioned in the commentary, Bodhanosati, etc. And we finish 2, Bodhanosati and Dhammanosati. Now we continue Sanghanosati. The first quality of Sangha is Supatipanna. The Buddha disciple practice very well. So in this regard, yogis are to contemplate that this disciple of the Blessed One practice very well because they practice to get rid of kilesa, mental defilements. They practice to get rid of lobha, dosa, moha, greed, anger, delusion, etc. Sangha. There are 8 kinds of noble disciple. Chattaroja Patipanna, Chattaroja Phaletita, Esa Sangha Uju Buddha, Pinya Sila Samahito. 4 are practicing, and another 4 are established in fruition. This righteous community is endowed with Pinya and Sila, wisdom and virtue. According to this passage, there are 8 noble persons, including 4 mega achiever, Magatan, and 4 Phala achiever, Phalatan. In fact, there are four noble ones: stream entera, once returner, non-returner, and arahant. Actually, the certain stage of mega path is necessarily and immediately accompanied by the certain stage of fruition phala. Although mega person and phala persons are technically differentiated, every mega person becomes a phala person right away without any delay. When you attain mega, when you attain Sotapaddi mega, immediately you attain phala. Nobody can stop. When you attain Sagadagami mega, you will attain Sagadagami phala immediately. When you attain Nagami mega, you will attain phala, Nagami phala without any delay. When you attain Arata mega, you will attain Arata phala right away. So in reality, there are only four noble persons: Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahant. The Buddha disciples are those who dedicatedly practice Dhamma as taught by the Buddha, starting with observations of Sila, morality. So minimum, Sangha must observe Sila. Of course, he have to practice all Sila, Samadhi, Pinya, but minimum, he must have Sila. So who are considered to practice well in every religion in this world? Someone is considered to practice well if he followed the doctrines or otherwise considered to practice wrongly. So a question here is how to judge whether he is practicing well or not. There is an answer. In the discussion between Venerable Ananda and one of Ajivaka devotees during the Buddha's lifetime, and Ajivaka devotees asked Venerable Ananda, Bande, who are considered to practice well in this world? And Venerable Ananda, instead of answering the question right way, asked him a question. Devotees, Lobha is good or bad? Greed is good or bad? Yeah, we need to think over. Lobha, greed is a certain kinds of mental state that includes lust, craving, attachment, selfishness, and so on. To satisfy his lobha, he would do anything good or bad without caring about anybody, even parents or child. In Most cases, children hardly care about their parents when they try to fulfill their lobha. When they are greedy, they don't care their parents. When he gets greedy or lustful, he can do anything shamelessly and fearlessly in order to satisfy his greed or lust. He may not hesitate to kill other people if he thinks it necessary. Many murder cases in our world can be traced back to lobha, greed, of course, dosa, anger, moha, delusions, and mana, pride are also equally responsible. Actually, all kinds of kilesa, mental defilements, are to be blamed for evil deeds. So when asked whether lobha is good or bad, so wise people will answer, lobha is very bad. Yet there are people who argue for lobha. So they say, they think lobha is necessary for financial success. They think if there is no lobha, you are less likely to succeed in your business. Actually, they argue for lobha simply because they have strong lobha, they have strong greed or selfishness. They don't even think they can find happiness without lobha. Only with lobha, they think they can enjoy their lives. If there's no lobha, our world will be very boring. With lobha, with attachment, our world will be enjoyable. For arahants, he have no lobha, he have no attachments. So arahants don't enjoy sensual pleasures in this world. Instead, arahants realize their bodies as heavy burden. That is why an arahant called Nisaba said, Nabi Nandanti Maranam, Nabi Nandanti Jivitam, etc. That means I don't take delight in death. I don't take delight in life. I just look forward to the time like a liberal to a witch. So this is Arahant. Arahant don't take delight in death. So we have to say, we should not say, I want to die. Because if you take delight in death, that means you have dosa. And now Arahant say, I don't take delight in life. So we have to follow this Arahant's view. We should not say, I don't, I take delight in life. We should not say, because if we take delight in life, that means lobha. So Arahant has no lobha and dosa, so he don't take delight in death, he don't take delight in life. So what he look forward? He just look forward to the time like a liberal to a witch. Liberal does not take delight in his job, and liberal does not want to be jobless either. For sure, what he really wants is just a wish. In the same way, an Arahant does not take delight in life. Arahant does not take delight in death, but he just looks forward to the time when he will get in ultimate peacefulness of Nibbana. He just waiting for the time of Nibbana. So Arahants, having eradicated lobha, finds nothing enjoyable in the world or in any sense objects, sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and mind object. To an Arahant, the body simply feels like a heavy burden. It takes a lot of labor to keep the body in good shape. Body needs to be washed, body needs to be fed regularly, and body needs to be relaxed, walking, stretching, changing the position as necessary. So many yogis report how they observe the body and they understand how the body is like a burden. And we have to take great care of this body so that it won't be afflicted with any sickness. So this body is simply burdened, although we elusively take delight in it. Strictly speaking, lobha is no good. That is why Ajivaka devotees replying to Venerable Ananda, lobha is not good, Bandi. And then another question is whether it is good or not if he undertakes a practice that helps remove lobha. Of course, the practice that helps eradicate lobha must be good. In the same way, Venerable Ananda posed an enlightening question with regard to dosa. Dosa is good or not? Sure, dosa is not good. And it is good or not if he undertakes the practice that helps remove dosa. Of course, it is surely good. And moha delusion is good or bad. Moha is not good. And it is good if you undertake the practice that helps remove moha. It is good. So Ajivaka devotee draw conclusion that dosa was not good. The practice to get rid of dosa was good. Moha is not good. The practice to get rid of moha is and moha was good. Then Ajivaka devotee said, you, the disciple of the Gautama Buddha, are practicing very well since you undertake the practice that enables you to overcome lobha, dosa, and moha, greed, anger, and delusion. So main thing is lobha, dosa, and moha, greed, anger, and delusion. Other kilesa also mana, deity, vichikecha, mana, pride, deity, wrong view, vichikecha, and doubt, etc. If you practice to remove, it is good. So how to prevent Vitekama Kilesa from being active verbally and physically? So you have to undertake precepts, moral precepts, so that his mental defilements won't be active verbally and physically. For the monastics, there are certain moral precepts that require them to avoid certain kinds of deeds. Certain kinds of offense, apatti, will be imposed on them if they transgress certain kinds of precepts. By undertaking the precepts, they won't commit transgression, so they can overcome the transgressive form of lobha, dosa, and moha. In the same way, for the lay people, they have sila. So lay people have to observe 5 precepts at least: abstaining from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, daily lies, abusing and intoxicating drugs and drinks. So those who observe 5 precepts can prevent mental defilements from being active in speech or in body. Now, when you are in retreat, you observe 8 precepts. It is very good. And then Priyotana Kilesa, how to prevent mental defilements, obsessive kilesa, from being active mentally. So yogi can prevent mental defilements from being active mentally by the power of your concentration. So further effort needs to be made to develop concentration. You focus your mind on a single object. For the samatha practitioner, they focus on meditative texts, kasina, and also they recollect the qualities of Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and so on. So they can prevent obsessive kilesa from being active mentally by developing concentration. And how to prevent latent defilements, anusaya kilesa, from lying dormant. In order to prevent the defilements from lying dormant in any sense object, yogi have to make ardent effort in vipassana practice. So yogi have to be mindful of every phenomena that are manifested to you at your 6 sense doors. And when seeing, yogi note seeing, capture the seeing phenomena. When concentrations and mindfulness getting strengthened, yogi find the seeing mental state disappear moment by moment, because noting is very fast. If the noting is not strong, you cannot see that disappearing process. But concentration and mindfulness getting strengthened, and yogi will realize disappearing, hearing more clear. Yogi not hearing. Yogi will find this hearing mental process arise and disappear moment by moment. Hearing consciousness, noting mind, a sound wave, very clear. So as a result, yogi will realize impermanence empirically, and other corresponding mental states arise and disappear moment by moment when yogi observes smelling, tasting, and touching. When sitting, yogi note rising and falling, rising of the abdomen. Yogi find physical phenomena arising and vanishing moment by moment in the rising process of the abdominal wall, and also falling, yogi see clearly. When thoughts are manifested, yogi note them concurrently, and also yogi find a process of thoughts arise and pass away moment by moment. Yogi capture the thinking mental states. In this way, yogi can find every phenomena arising and vanishing moment by moment. And when yogi knowledge getting more mature, yogi will find that the observing mind itself arise and disappear. So being constantly oppressed by a nature or the namarupa phenomena are considered to be unsatisfactory dukkha nature, and to be impermanent also means to be unreliable, is to be under nobody's control. According to conditions, namarupa are arising and vanishing at every moment. What that means? That means we are dying at every moment. So that arising and vanishing at every moment are nobody. Arising and vanishing at every moment are non-self, and they are not under anybody's control. So understanding this fact, yogi will realize the true nature. Yogi capture the reality. Yogi realize a nature and nature, dukkha, and anatta. So this realization starts when you reach the stage of Udiyabhya Jnana. So when yogi finds nothing permanent, nothing pleasant and belonging to self, yogi will find nothing lovable, nothing hateful, nothing to be identified as I or mine. So in this way, there will be no room for mental defilements to lie dormant in any objects you see from these perspective. So for this reason, you are practicing meditation nearly 1 month. You overcome the dormant defilements by means of vipassana. So in this way, yogi gradually develop a progressive stage of vipassana insight until you experience a nibbana. At a certain stage of mega enlightenment, yogi will totally eradicate certain kinds of mental defilements before reaching mega phala and nibbana. Your vipassana can only prevent mental defilements from lying dormant in sense object that you observe as they really are. That is to be impermanent, unsatisfactory, and so on. So that means aramananusaya, you can eradicate the kinds of latent defilements. But kilesa will arise and lie dormant in the sense object that if you stop meditation, if you fail to observe, then kilesa will arise and lie dormant because it is vipassana stage. So sila, morality, prevents mental defilements from transgressing verbally and physically. And then you develop concentration. Your concentration prevents mental defilements from being active mentally. And now vipassana insight knowledge prevent mental defilements from arising and lying dormant in any sense objects you observe. Of course, when you attain mega enlightenment, we uproot mental defilements once and for all. So that is Sangha, they have to practice Sila, Samadhi, and Pinya. And how about Yogi? Yogi also practicing continuously. Yogi are practicing Sila, Samadhi, Pinya. So Yogi partially Sangha. Yogi are partially Sangha. But if the Sangha not practice Sila, Samadhi, Pinya, they are not called Sangha. Minimum Sila they need to observe. Of course, Sangha have to practice all Sila, Samadhi, Pinya. Yogi also practice. When Yogi practice, Yogi are partially called Sangha. So the 9 qualities of the Sangha, we will continue tomorrow. We have to stop our discourse for today. May you develop 7 factors of enlightenment, Sati, Bojjhangha, Dhamma, Vijaya, Viriya, Piti, Passaddhi, Samadhi, and Upeka, Bojjhangha. May you practice vipassana meditation diligently by noting, rising, falling, sitting, touching, seeing, hearing, walking continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future.